He on for just a minute. Just a minute.
Doug and Mel,
I was hiding,
we
but-
doing it like this. Keep on bagging up. Because we come here where ain't nobody backing up.
Yeah, good food.
Regular champions right here. Frito-Lays, you know.
are the
You got
champions.
love that. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Y'all been holding down Houston for a long time, y'all. Y'all better support my dude.
All right, we going.
Melvin jumping up and down. He want to be saved. Jump up, Melvin. Come on.
5 men.
All right, Choice 90.9, member-supported public radio, KTSU FM, and online at ktsufm.org. I am excited to have all of these brothers in this room. 9 times out of 10, the majority of them, we probably see each other in airports, GFWA, Stellas, and wherever. And Chris is just a good friend that is here with us, but he has an awesome testimony of his own. And I am talking about 5 men. Yes. And you've heard Champion. And the record, the CD is out. You know, Neff, I'm always dating myself. The CD is out. Right. And we are excited about that. And we will let them introduce themselves.
I'm Christopher Williams. I'm Sean McLemore.
Here he goes already. He's been on a roll today, Charles.
Yes, he has.
Yes, I know.
I'm Doug Williams, Melvin Williams,
Wes Morgan.
and we are 5 men.
And we are.
We are
5 men.
Yes.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Just too short from 7.
Okay, we won't go there. Well, you do have 7 folks in here, but that's another conversation.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
5 men. Champions is the CD, and Champion, of course, is the first single from that CD. Tell us, guys, how God dropped this vision about you guys coming together and doing the project.
Well, actually, we were in a meeting with Mark Ballard, who's one of the executive producers and one of the owners of the company. And we was just kind of brainstorming about some different ideas, and he said, "Man, we need to come up with a super group, something that you guys have never done before." And we started to really throw some ideas around from there, and it just came together the way God had chosen it to come together, where He commissioned it to come together, and it's very exciting, man, because it was a process, but in the end, we ended up with a group that God put together. And here we are, 5 men. It stemmed from just an idea.
Amen. Well, we are glad that God worked it out. Tell us about Champion, the single, and what happened. They pointed at see, I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah,
what you have to do is just act specifically to one guy.
Okay.
All right.
No
They're
problem.
going to have you on a road.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, sitting to my left is Mr. Chris. He's going to tell you about Champion. Okay, thank you, Mr. McLemore. This is Christopher Williams. Just to let you know, Sean is not just nephew, director, anointed singer.
Right.
Sean can sing so good, he be directing the movie while he's singing.
Absolutely.
Champion actually came together. I guess I can take some of Doug and Melvin's words and stands to say that they brought this together and had reached out to us, and when we all came together, I guess when they were playing the songs, I know one of the I love every song on the record, but I remember distinctly I was sick and we were sitting there, and Champion just spoke to me the spirit of all people. So that's why I think Champion came together, and I think that we considered other singles, but I think it was obvious that Champion was going to lead off. But we're happy and excited about the project, and to just be singing with these voices, it just makes it easier. It just makes it so easy.
We are talking with 5 men on The Choice 90.9, member-supported public radio, KTSU FM, and online at ktsufm.org. And 5 Men Champions is the project. It is out, and you really need to go support this record. It is just a great, great collaboration of all these gentlemen that are in the room with us, and we're just happy to have them. Let's see. Wes, talk about Usher Us In, please.
Well, it's a great tune. We was listening to it this morning, but it's just a worship song. And I think, was it Marcus Cole?
Marcus Cole
wrote that song?
Wrote that song,
and when I
yes.
tell you, what'd you say, Doug, this morning? He said he was...
It seems as he was, I told him, man, it seems like he
basking in
was
the
wallowing in the anointed oil.
Saturated
With oil when he wrote this song and when he did the demo, because he sang that demo with such conviction.
We all wanted to sing
Yeah,
on
I
it.
mean, and we
it's a great song.
once we sat down and listened to it in the studio, we were like had chills running up and down
Yes,
our
sir.
arms and hair standing up on our
I
heads.
remember
like,
sitting in my hotel room, and I hit Doug late at night. I'm like, man, this song's got me gone.
Yeah,
I'm gone. I couldn't even go to sleep. I was gone.
it's one of those songs that just take you in, man.
It's one of
worship
those songs that churches are they're gonna want it in their Sunday morning. It's that kind of song.
Oh, absolutely.
It draws you in, even if you don't even know what's drawing you. Be drawn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're drawn to that
Yeah.
song. Absolutely.
Good tune.
Well, what I like about the CD, there's something on here for every generation. There's something on here for every type of music lover, be it gospel, contemporary, urban, traditional, and it just hits everywhere. Let's see, Melvin, Let the Healing Begin.
That's a song that Doug wrote. You know, Doug is, he don't believe it, but he's one of my all-time favorite writers, and just happened to be my brother. And I have to say it, but, you know, sometimes I don't want to say it, but every song, if that's my favorite song, Doug wrote it.
That's good.
Thank you, Melvin.
No, but really, truly, Let the Healing Begin. I think Doug was just thinking about situations, what were going on in the world, and the things that are happening now, and we've come so far, but yet have so far to go, man. And
absolutely,
and just and when you look at the conditions of the world and what people are doing now, and in the young generation, and how close we're supposed to be and together we're supposed to be, but yet we are so separate and so divided, and in all walks of life, believe it or not, still. And I think that's where Doug was coming from when he wrote "Let the Healing Begin."
Yeah, absolutely. That, you know, as Melvin was saying, there's so much happening in this world today, and it's time for a healing to take place. I mean, it's time for us to just stand back and look at what's really happening and how things are progressing in the wrong way. And we got to stop somewhere and just take a real look at this situation and come together to try to heal this nation, because we're headed in the wrong direction right now, and it's really, really bad. And we just got to go through this healing process, and we got to do it together as one.
And be an agent of change. You know,
Right,
that's
change.
it's not enough to just be healed, but. You know, I'll be honest with you. We talked about this before, and Doug and I talked about it when we first started me being part of this project. None of us was looking for something to do. We all extremely busy.
Absolutely.
But when I started listening to their heart and their vision for the project, you know, bringing brothers together that want to be an agent of change. We don't want to. It's ain't enough for us just to be healed.
Right.
But then after you're healed, you got to turn around and give back.
That's right. That's right.
And that's what this whole project is about, man. There's a lot of people going to be blessed by this project. We were talking about it earlier too. All of us were going through hell while we were putting this project together.
right.
So I mean,
Absolutely.
there's, you know, anytime you can put, you know, a story behind the music. Music is great. We love music, but when there's a story behind it,
Right.
and there's, you know, each one of us, we're not up here squeaky clean, or, you know, never been through anything tiptoeing through the tulips. We've been through hell, and we're going through hell during this project. Each one of us have our own testimony. And that's why these songs, you hear a lot of passion and a lot of oil on them, because it's from us being pressed and squeezed.
Yeah.
And we poured a lot into it, man.
We
and especially in the amount of time we were allotted.
Right. We didn't have a lot of time to put this together, but like Wes was saying, it was just. I think the things that we were all dealing with helped us in a way, even though they weren't the most pleasant situation. But it helped us to express really what we were feeling a lot of on this particular project, and we just poured our hearts and souls into it. And these brothers are giving it. I mean, everybody is giving 110% on
well,
this record.
It ain't been too long ago. These brothers lost their mother.
Just
They're
lost
right in the
their
middle
mother.
of it. Lost their mother.
Yep.
Well,
Chris was going through a sickness during the time of this entire process of putting the record together. He was going through a sickness and some other issues in his life, and
we're not able to really disperse what Sean was going through yet.
Oh no,
we can't talk about what he's been doing.
Please don't, sugar, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, we haven't been released to put that out yet.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But you all invited.
But the good thing about it, the devil is mad because he know we already laughing, because that means it's some victory coming somewhere.
Already.
The healings begin.
Let the healings begin,
baby.
The thing of it is, man, we went through some really trying times just trying to bring this project together. It was very difficult in many areas, some late nights. Things were happening with some of the guys that couldn't show up, that couldn't come, and then just crazy scheduling, and it just threw everything off. But it was almost like the attack of the enemy was there from the very beginning to try to stop this CD from happening. But we persevered. We trusted God. We put our faith in God, and said the devil and hell can't stop what God has ordained to happen. So we just pressed through it, man, and here we are today, man, and we're happy. We can sing the happy song about it. I'm happy.
We got to put that.
It's funny. I think the other side of that is that being in the music business so long, not as long as obviously you guys, but I've witnessed projects that have been totally funded out of this world, had everything signed, sealed, delivered, and they never come out. This is a project that shows through the adversity. I believe God was chasing. He was having the world chase this, and I think that'll continue, and I'm hoping that'll continue. It wasn't like, I never felt like we were chasing it, though, even though there were times, and again, I was sick, and I was having a lot of scheduling issues and really getting a little down because I'd never been sick before in my life, and it was affecting my throat, my singing, and everything. So it is just amazing that we have come to this part. So I got excited when I knew it was coming and we were going to come here. So.
Right. Chris, it's amazing that you would say that, because even Stan Jones, which is a great part of this production on the production team. As a matter of fact, he's the man. I mean, even at one point, he came to Doug and I and asked us. He said, "Man, are we chasing this? Is this supposed to be? Are we really?" We did. We had that conversation, man, and we was like, "We doing this, man. Nothing is going to stop this. We doing it."
Right. He was like, man, it just seemed like everything that can happen is happening to prevent this project from coming together.
And I think my words were, I said that's because the devil, he knows.
Oh, that's the number one indicator.
Yeah.
That's the indicator letting you know.
I said, this just let me know it's supposed to happen, because he's in every little corner.
If it had gone too smooth and everything was just smooth, and
y'all better pull back now. We're gonna tear something up in here. Now I feel something well enough. We're gonna tear the back.
That's when we should have been afraid if everything just went totally smooth, and no hiccups along the way. Okay, what's happening with this? This is just going too good. It's unbelievable. But that's not what happened. And here we are today, man, and we're very pleased with the outcome of the CD, man.
Yeah, man, and we're getting all kind of response already, man. If you look at these guys riding the microphones, they on their phone off and on. They tweeted, they Instagramming, man, and they YouTube and all over the place already, man. So it's kind of crazy, that people that know that it's coming out now, and I'm excited about it, and I just want to, thank you guys for allowing us to come in here and just to minister and just let the world know and let this part of the country know that 5 million is in stores now. It's available. We're going to be doing it. It is on. It's on.
Go pick it up.
It's on, baby. It's on.
Nephew, you were sending video and everything else on Facebook during the process. We're really getting some insight on how 5 men came together and the ups and downs of the process of finally getting what I'm holding in my hands. Talk a little bit about that.
Wow, I mean, this has been when something is strategically planned by God, it moves. You know, it's nothing that's holding anything back. And this has been probably one of the fastest God moving strategic projects that I've been a part of ever. You know, to where you go in, you do the work, and then, you know, the pictures are done, you know, the setup is done, the single is out, and now the album is out, and now we're out promoting. But for this, you know, this has been a major experience for me personally, because, you know, you, as some people could, you know, I'll speak for myself as a personal artist, you know, an artist that, you know, I've had records out, you know, personally, and then dealing with some things with some labels that I'm dealing with now, you know, just working on some things to, you know, to rebound on some things, and then to say to myself, man, I wonder if people still want to hear what I have to offer. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes as an artist, it gets that way.
We've talked about that.
To where you feel like, well, am I outdated, or what's going on? You know, why can't it be the right way? Then you start focusing on something that's not even your purpose, you know, and then you start falling by the wayside. But I thank God that when I got the phone call from Doug, that he don't even understand, and Melvin and these guys don't even understand how they resurrected me. Wow. Just within me as a person, as an artist, no matter how it was going in the beginning, it's like God put together what he wanted to have together with this at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad to be a part of it, because I feel like an artist. Yeah. I feel like I'm a part of something that's major. I feel like that I'm a part of some brothers that love me and I love them, and that we real with each other. Ain't nobody trying to be crabs in the bucket in here. It's thoroughly ministry. You know, I can get up and tell my testimony, and they wouldn't be like, oh, that's enough. No, because everybody have one that they can identify to. You know what I'm saying? And people are overcome by the testimony, you know. So absolutely. I just thank God that I'm a part of a group of guys that have testimonies. That's the difference in 5 men.
Yeah. And it comes through in the project that I hold. Yeah. We are talking with Christopher Williams, Melvin Williams, Doug Williams, Wess Morgan, and of course my nephew Sean McLemore. 5 men. Champions is the name of the CD, the project, and of course Champion is the first single. We are just happy to see y'all and what we've been talking about today, and the process. You just feel the process, and you feel the results of what's happening on the CD. Now, of course, Mark I've known for a long time, one of the executive producers and the label. And Stan, I talked with Stan earlier this year, and we were talking about we were actually talking about the Mississippi Mass Choirs project, which he also did another outstanding job.
Great project.
And he was talking about this. I didn't know about the project that you guys were doing until Sean one night sent me a video on Facebook telling me that this is what's happening. Yeah. And you know, I just immediately got happy about that, because as Sean said, this is different. Mm-hmm. And you can feel the final result. Mm-hmm. You're listening to Choice 90.9, member-supported public radio, KTSU FM, and online at ktsufm.org. We are here with 5 men, Christopher, Melvin, and Doug Williams, Wess Morgan, and Sean McLemore. What, Christopher, do you want the listener to get? I'm going to ask you, and then everybody else can address it. You want the listener to get after experiencing 5 men?
I like them to get the experience. Sort of what Wess was leaning to is that you know, when you have believers come together for one cause, and they're putting all of it in God's hands, and just laying your gifts out there, and your unbeliefs, your beliefs, your struggles, your triumphs, and you just put it out there. I believe that's what this record is, because again, I don't think any of us could have said that this would ever come to be. As much as we admire one another and stuff, it probably was like like leagues beyond the sea out of our minds. But, you know, again, I believe that this happens strictly because this is something God wanted, because, again, we're here. And, again, I've been in record situations with millions and millions of dollars involved in it, and they can't even figure out how to make it happen in a year. And here it is. I think the initial conversation was a year ago. Right. So we've gone through 1 year, not only recording, photos, single, now album. So it just goes to show that when you stop worrying and you put things in God's hands, you really don't have to figure it out. And I hope that's what it ministers to people: healing, restoration, hope, belief, the things, you know, the fruits of the Spirit. That's what I hope it does.
Well, very simple for me. If the music don't minister, the music don't matter.
Wow, I like that.
Right,
man.
I like that. Well, you know, when people experience Five Men, I want it to be a life-changing experience, something that they possibly have never experienced before, something that they can talk about and take it with them for the rest of their lives. We don't want them to see or hear Five Men and, you know, 2 or 3 weeks later we're forgotten about. We want to impart something in them that will be a life-changing event for them, and just to, you know, and that's really what I want people to get out of this whole deal. Yeah.
You know, I think the other thing, I was excited. I told them I was excited, you know, when all the guys was coming together, and we finally, you know, doing the songs, and everybody that was on board that was supposed to be on board. But the thing that really, really struck me after all said and done, it was the in between the songs, in between the studio recordings, in between all that, is all these guys' testimonies, all these guys' stories, all these guys' ups and downs, and they were sitting there, and then we were just pouring our hearts out to each other about, like Wess said, all of our, you know, shortcomings and ups and downs and the things that regular people go through with, and I'm sitting there in awe, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm like, wow, I'm being ministered to sitting here with these brothers. I'm like, now here's a brother here, man. He's been in secular music for all your life, probably much, and and he's quoting scriptures out of the Bible, and the different stories are coming. This guy said this, that, and this, that. I'm sitting here like, dog, he knows more about the Bible than I do, and I'm like, wow. But you know, but it made me start thinking. I'm like, man, this is what this project is really all about, and I think the first time we ever go out on the road to do something live and be able to share these testimonies and these stories, and I think that's when it's all going to come. Yeah. Everybody going to see the really big picture why Five Men is Five Men and why we are together.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wess, and let me say this before Wess chimes in here. I'm being blessed just sitting here with you guys right now. I'm telling you that right now. And, you know, as the Bible says, as iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
And you guys lived it through the process of this record. And I'm ready for the rest of the world to experience what you guys have experienced. Wess?
To me, it's, you know, I have this thing I say all the time because of my story. You know my story, Charles. And, you know, I have this thing, don't show me the blessed side of you without showing me the broken side. Because if you just show me the blessed side, that doesn't do nothing for me when I'm going through my stuff. Because ministry emerges from the journey. Right. You know, show me what you had to go through. And that's what I think this whole project is about. Is each one of us have our own stories. And we kind of just, and when you listen to the music, you hear the passion. You know, there's some stuff going on behind the scenes, you know. And, you know, I just think that I would love for people to walk away from this project and say, I got my story. This is how I made it. And just make this begin to be a perpetual thing. It needs to be a movement. You know, we've been taught for years in religion and that you're not supposed to talk about certain things. But people are going through hell, man. People all over the world. You ain't got to watch the news very long to find out how rough it is out there. And although we are blessed in the midst of the fire, I think that we need to really continue to share our stories and how we made it through. And that's what this project is about. And that's what I want people to walk away from, with hope and courage to say, you know what, I'm fixing to take my mountain too.
Exactly. Amen. Amen.
That's funny that you say that, Wes, because when y'all were playing Champion for me, that's how I felt in the hotel room at the Hilton. I was downstairs eating that good breakfast you had turned me on to.
Don't start talking about food right now.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm talking about, it Wes. And I was sitting there going, I was saying, I can't stop playing this record. And it was Champion. Even though I loved the other songs, I kept going back and forth because I was like, this record will make you get up and like square your shoulders off, brush your boots and be like, I can do this.
Right.
So
Sean, hit a bit of that verse right there, that top of that verse.
Ooh, Jesus.
It's your verse.
Just a little bit.
I do it my breath.
Come on.
Just one more step.
Just one more step.
Just one more step. Just one more mile. Give all that's left. Give her a smile. The pain in your tears. Nobody knows the gold in the fire. Man, I'm forgetting the way. you know how long that's been. Strong. Come on, sing it. Did you say this? Hold on.
We're gonna all take it for Canoba.
Exactly. No, we have no teleprompters in here.
There are no teleprompters in here.
I mean, that speaks to right there the fact that, man, we have just done this thing on a whim and on a wing and a prayer. I was asking Doug yesterday, so when we gonna rehearse this stuff?
Right, exactly. We got to talk about that as well,
because it's a lot to it.
Yeah, it's a whole lot.
It's a lot of great production. I'm gonna tell you. Mel said it, but Stan showed out, man.
He did.
He did his thing.
Yeah. Stan Jones, he brought it, man, and we love collaborating with him because he's going to try to make sure it's the best, the very best that it can be.
He one soulful dude too.
Oh yeah, he is.
Absolutely.
Let me just expound on Champion just a little bit. That song is such an encouraging song. If you really listen to the lyrics, it's such an encouraging song, not only for the young people, but for anybody who's kind of down in their spirits and feel like they can't do this, I can't do that. Just know that God made us champions. God made us champions. We're more than conquerors through Christ, and we're overcomers. And there should be nothing that will hold you back. If you got a dream, go for it. If you got a desire in your heart, God has placed something within you, you got to allow that spirit to be stirred up in you, your gift to be stirred up, and go for it. You can do it because God is on your side, and as long as God is on your side, you can do it. And that's why I love the song Champion because it's such an encouraging, uplifting song for people who have a little bit of doubt, a little bit of fear. Well, that's human nature sometimes, doubt and fear. But this song encourages you that you can go that extra mile, you can do that extra thing you need to do. You are a champion. You were born a champion.
Absolutely. We are talking with 5 men, and they are here in studio, and it is going back and forth because they're texting. The CD is out, and it's a wonderful CD. You really do need to go pick it up. I am looking forward to you guys finally getting an opportunity to sing live together.
Yes.
Melvin mentioned it, so I'm just going to ask what's the future plans for you guys when all of your schedules will allow it.
Well, what we talked about from the executive level is that we're going to have to just look at maybe a couple of months that we can all set aside sometime in 2015 and just put that on the calendar for rehearsal and for the 5-men tour to take place. And, of course, we'll be doing spotted dates here and there, but we eventually want to do the 5-men tour and just really do it big, man, and have a great production, bring people out to see something that's first class and that's really spiritual and anointed by God to make happen. So.
Absolutely. Well, I know a couple of people are going to have some things to say about it, but I'm asking for first digs when you come back to Houston. Okay.
Right. Yes. Okay.
And nephew gonna have something to say. I didn't know that. But we're here with 5 men: Christopher Williams, Wes Morgan, Melvin Williams, Sean McLemore, and Doug Williams. Champions is out.
Yes.
It's the brand new CD
Moving
from
up the
5
charts
Men.
right now.
And first and first of hopefully a long collaboration with these gentlemen. Getting back to Stan for one quick second, I've loved what Stan has done with you guys as the Williams brothers. He's kept the spirit and the euphemism without compromising what you guys stand for.
Yeah, we're just sitting here. I don't know. You probably see us laughing and got smiles all over our face because executive producer just sent us the BDS charts and
who's that guy Wess?
They just bumped me.
Champion is number
guy.
45.
No, I'm 46. They just bumped me out.
What happened?
We just bumped Wes Morgan from 46.
I just getting that single to work a little bit, and then they come. Look, I'm talking about them like I said they doing it like I'm not a part of it.
But you know, Wes can't lose either way.
No,
hey, I mean either way.
Lose either way.
We're right there together, man.
That's what you call favor right there.
Wow.
I can't get no help in here.
Yeah.
That is awesome, man. Awesome. So we're excited, man. Excited.
It's fun. It's just fun, man. You know, one of the things that I trusted Doug on this. I think I even told you this when we first talked. I was like, man, we just got to make sure it's a good hang because you can't do this stuff like this with tension and competition and all that.
That's all
I almost said I shouldn't have said, but I can't do it.
Okay.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I won't do it, and I think that's what's so great about this hang right here. It's a good hang. We all come from different walks, and we all got a story, and we throwing the irons in the fire, man. We're going for broke.
Oh yeah, man.
That's it.
Wes, we've been binding that spirit from day one. That spirit
well, you know what?
Egos and all that kind of craziness.
But
we're not going to deal with that because we're children of God. We're men of God. We represent what God is all about, and egos and all this craziness stuff. It's not part of what we are doing. So it's about 5 brothers forming a real brotherhood.
Yeah, man.
Coming together as one and doing what thus says the Lord.
And I think,
amen.
And I think I wasn't even thinking this way, but I think the combination of the 5 brothers together here is like Wes is. He's a praise and worshiper guy. He's got a lot going on that side, on the church ministry side. Not say that we are, but we came up on the quartet and the gospel traditional side. Even though we were fortunate and blessed to have songs that choirs sing and even.
But y'all were mainly secular, though. Y'all were mainly secular.
It was on their channel.
Well, you find that.
Well, they tried to ride the fence a little bit, but I believe they're going to give their hearts back.
And then you got Sean that's a little bit of all of it. He's church, he's gospel, he's
R&B.
contemporary.
He can do it all urban,
and then
man.
you got Chris, man, just coming from the whole nother angle, man. And so we got people and fans from all different sides, man. It's like focusing on this group. So I'm like looking at Satan and saying, man, we're kicking your butt. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. You got to go, buddy.
Go.
We're putting on some keen toe shoes.
That's right. We in Texas. We gonna find us some boots.
Some real keen toe.
And you also we calculate the fact that we calculate what comes along with that too.
Yeah.
You can't go into somebody's territory and not expect some repercussions. So that's why we're gonna be committed to each other to watch each other's back.
Right.
Because when you start doing something, he puts that big old bullseye on your back.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's what makes this work for all of us is that we understand what comes with the territory, and it's not going to surprise us, but we're just going to look out for each other.
That's right, and that's what it's all about. I mean, brothers coming together. If Chris is hurting, I'm hurting.
Mm-hmm.
If Wes is hurting, I'm hurting as well because we love each other as a group and as men of God, and it's just camaraderie that we have here. There's no little I's, no big U's. We're all on the same playing field, the same ground. And we're just standing here together as men and trying to do something, not trying, but doing something very positive that hopefully we can help some people along the way.
Absolutely. 5 men here on The Choice, and I'm going to share this publicly, but Sean, you and I talked about this a long time ago, and I'm just glad to see it coming into fruition.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That people that Christian brothers can come together. And check their egos in at the door,
Drop
and,
all of that,
and put some great music together.
Sure did.
And it go, Chris.
I mean, the one thing too about for me being here and this may not sound as deep, but I mean, just to be next to these brothers' gifts. I mean, I've admired Wess for a very long time. He doesn't probably know this, but his, and Sean, I've admired him for a long time. And the Williams brothers is a different class because, again, it's so, like, for me, honestly, it's so legendary. It's like, okay, it's almost like when it's like when you meet a Rance Allen, or if I got a chance to meet Mahalia Jackson. Now, you're obviously not in that age bracket, but just the body of work and what you stood for, man. So, again, when you want to be a professional, it's like when you see the dream team. And not saying we are the dream team. I'm saying when you see different collections of what could be a dream team in different genres. We'll take basketball. It really doesn't matter who scores. You're just glad to be on the team, because you got LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, whoever you want to name these guys. It's just like if you down, you really don't have to worry about, because you got 4 other people that can pick you up right away on stage and in life. And that's an amazing thing about this group.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, how can we get in touch with you?
WessMorgan.com.
And we know
just call me and I'll funnel everything down to these guys.
Look at Doug, he can't even laugh. That's good.
That's real good.
Quick on the draw.
Quick on the draw. You got to be, man.
That'll get it.
Actually, there are different ways that you can get in touch with us. I can give out some numbers. 601-206-4600. I got candy in my mouth. Sorry about that, y'all. But also BlackBerry Records, BlackBerry at BlackBerryRecords.com. And also, this project is on MBM Records, and everything is so new. We're still getting things set up and so forth. So it's a moving process. But we have all kind of. You can look at all of our websites. We all have websites, Twitter pages, Facebook pages. We all have that. So just keep in touch with us and let us know what you think about what's going on with 5 Men.
Absolutely. Yes. I am looking forward to some great things from 5 Men.
I'm like Wess, Christopher Williams _BX on Instagram.
You notice I still got it.
But see, you still got it first. Wess still got it first.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
We'll give a shout out to Jay Anderson Productions for coming and hanging out with us today.
Yeah,
Jay Anderson
Johnson too, my buddy who was on the road with me.
Absolutely. And a couple of shout outs to some folks, Kathy Carroll and Vicky Mac Latte, who called me. And said, I was coming. I said, okay, well, but bring them by. We'll be more than happy.
We really want to thank Kathy and Vicky and Snoopy all there. They're really pushing this record, man, and they got the feet to the fire right now. So we praise God for them.
Ain't nobody do it better.
One quick last testimonial. It's so funny how God is, because I remember when I first gave my life back to Christ. It was 2005. I was in Los Angeles, and this is a true story. I was riding on the beach about to drive my car into the ocean. It was a V12 Benz. And for some reason, I stopped at a little store, and the only gospel CD they had was The Spirit of David.
Wow.
And I popped the CD in, and it got me through the next day. And that next day, my friend convinced me to go to Faithful Central. And who did I meet but Vicky Mac? And here, full circle is, I'm doing my first ever, and my grandfather was a pastor. He would be so happy right now. I'm doing my first project with these guys through Vicky Mac. So that's how, you never know who he's putting before you and how he's coagulating. So whatever we don't have planned out, because our website may not be complete, know that God's plan is over this, and it will be completed.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll get some phone calls, and I know how to get in touch with all y'all, so we cool.
Let me just spread this good news. We just got a what is it now?
Kendra.
From Twitter.
Yeah, from Facebook. How much from Facebook?
Yeah, Amazon.com has already sold out of them today.
Wow.
Woo woo!
See what kind of news you get when you hang out with us.
Amazon.
She said, I guess that means I have to go out and to the stores and go shopping.
Absolutely.
All right. It is available. Amazon don't have it right now, but wherever music
It's sold.
is sold.
But Best Buy, Walmart, iTunes, get it. It's there.
You know, and our favorite line, support gospel music.
Please.
Support
Please.
it. Gentlemen, thank you guys for coming by. And, you know,
God, it's so much.
how we are, you know how we are. If we're not in airports or anything, you know, there's very few times, because I tell Sean all the time, you know, it's very few times that he comes in here and sits down, because we either doing other things for other folk, or else we see each other somewhere else on the other side of the country. But it's just great to have all of you here. I am excited about Five Men. I am looking forward, as I said earlier, to some great things and some great ministry. Not just much music, but ministry from your testimonies and how God has put this together. And just the last few minutes of just talking about how it was orchestrated that you guys come together. It is going to be an amazing testimony to the people that listen.
And once we get on stage, man, I just feel like the power of God is just going to take over. I just feel that way.
Hopefully, I don't watch them while we're
He's standing there and all just.
I
already told him I'm gonna forget a lot of my lines. You know, I was just standing up when I'm supposed to be singing. I'm gonna just be looking.
Especially when Sean started doing all of his beautiful runs and crazy stuff he does. I'm like, I was supposed to be singing it. I forgot. You know,
don't do me like that.
Yeah. Well, let's not forget Wess either.
Wess is the soul brother.
I've seen him.
Amen.
I've seen him.
Amen. We're just excited that you decided to come by the choice. Mr. Jay Anderson here, who's running cameras and making sure that we're having video and all of this wonderful stuff. So it will be posted to the KTSU website as well. And we're looking forward to that.
Thank you, Charles. Thanks for having us, man.
Gentlemen.
It's been a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, what's the name said that next time we come, he's going to arrange for a hot breakfast. Did he not say that?
I think I heard that.
Who said that? That's what Larry said? Don't worry.
I didn't hear him, but that's what he said.
Let's see.
I didn't hear him, but
what's
that's
that
what he
restaurant
said.
his son has? I know it. We'll get it. We'll get it. So now I'm calling him out on the radio. So he gonna have
He gotta get it.
He got to make good.
He got
on
to
it.
deliver.
All right.
I didn't
We
hear
will
him
be
say
right
that,
back
but
with
that's
more
what he
after
said.
this on the Pride of Texas Southern University.
Yeah. I see a blessing, and it's got your name on it. There's a blessing with your name on it. If you really want it, it belongs to you. You've been praying for a blessing, and it seems like it just don't